All right, this is to Dave Chappelle. I'm giving you a benefit of the doubt, and I'm just going to believe that you're sincerely ignorant and not just punching down so that you can get your name recognition out there or something, trying to do a little PR stunt, and that you just really legitimately do not understand the difference between genitals and gender, right? It's not your fault. We don't really learn that. It's kind of a weird thing anyway, but, let's stick to science, right? That's what everybody, right? Science. So let's stick to that. So it is true that everybody here came in through a uterus. That's a fact, right? Some came out of vagina even, but not everybody. So we all came out of a uterus, and but here's the right now everybody's freaking out. You can hear the Not everybody came out of a female uterus, and yeah, right. And let me explain that. Possibly there's probably still some confusion here, but that's just science. There's intersex, okay? Intersex people are XY. They have both. They're either both male and female, or they're neither. Whatever you want to call it. But they're not female, and they are not male genetically, scientifically. So therefore, there are people walking around on the planet that did not come here through a female, and that's fucking science. So that's what I can say about that. And, hope that helps clear things up. And, if anybody knows Dave, show him this. And maybe he'll, apologize or say something, like, oh, yeah, I guess I didn't understand the difference. And, they have these gender reveal parties. It's not his fault, right? That's just a genital reveal, It's kind of odd. You're not going to know the gender of that kid. And what I'm going to tell you right now is just my personal story, because I don't know how it plays out for everybody. And but I'm just gonna. So if you care to learn, continue on, and if not, well, you've already learned. We've learned something today, kids. There's a difference between gender and genitals. So I hope I could clear that up. And as for me being trans male, what I know about my personal experience is that my mother was convinced she was having a boy. She had already been pregnant with both a male and a female, and said for certain she was just absolutely certain going to be a male. And yeah, my spouse, she was pregnant with both a male and a female, and she said really different. The hormones are very different. You can tell the difference. I don't know. Right? I don't know about it. I got this lump right here, for all I know, I could have absorbed my male twin, and right when my brain was forming, my little my Y chromosome and my twin just called for more and formed my brain male, and I don't know. I could be XXY, I don't know what my genetic, I've never had my genes frickin' done, right? But what I can tell you from my experience is that I'm the youngest of 7, and when I came out, I was definitely I came out saying I'm a boy, and I think I was almost confused why I have to keep telling people this, like, why aren't you, this is so obvious to me, and so my older sibling, my sister, she said, by 2.5, I could talk real young, but immediately I was just like, oh, no, I'm a boy. And so what is that? That tells me, right, what is it that wants to connect, right? There's something in somebody that says, no, you're missing me. That's not who I am. I'm this. And by that age, I was already doing it. And it's, so what does that mean? I don't know, but I'll tell you, my experience was in 4th grade, hanging out, playing, and like we always did, and we're playing King of the Hill. There's this dirt pile we were playing, and somebody threw me down, and I'm coming back up, and someone says, hey, he did that, and said he about me, and then someone else, because a roll call, said, that's not a boy, that's a girl. And immediately they picked up rocks and started throwing them at me, and I'm the youngest of 7, so I'm strong. I'm not going to go cry or rat anybody out, screw you guys, I'm going to play somewhere else, and I walk off. But I'll tell you that by 4th grade, your survival instinct is alive and well, because I went home and I told my mom, hey, you're going to have to dress me like a girl now. And I think, they had all assumed this day was coming, so it was just like a celebration, hey, so nobody asked, and I didn't tell. And so my mom was going to dress me. I remember went shopping, and I also remember though thinking, it's not just about the clothes, right? Because at this point, I had played with little girls and I had played with little boys, and they play so differently, completely differently. We think different, everything. The games we play, the things we, it's just totally different. So I knew instinctively, like, to survive, right? To hide, right? Because they're going to stone me to death. I have to assimilate. So I just start watching them, I'm just like these mystical beings trying to, please tell me your secrets. How do I think like you? And I couldn't, right? And it was funny because I remember in maybe 8th grade at a kickback, and like the kids call it, and I'm sitting there. I'm sitting on the couch, but I'm part of it. I'm part of the couch. Just I probably got something in my hand to drink, and one of my little girlfriends just comes running up all this energy, and just shoves me down on the couch, stay right here. I don't even think I said anything, I probably just raised my glass, be right here. And she and another go running off into another room, and then sometime later they come bebopping out, and they got a big beatbox, and they're dressed in these same, right? They dress like little twins with skirts and these shirts, and they had pigtails done up, and they go, right? And they're like, you ready? And then they push play on the boom box, and then they do this little dance routine for me, and I'm sitting there, and I just remember it so clearly. It was one of those moments, have you ever had just a truth hit you so hard it just smacks you, it almost your stomach drops, you're just oh my, just hits so hard you can't deny it's fact, it's truth, you have to just do, you have to internalize it, man, it's real. And I remember I was sitting there, and that's what happened. It just hit me so hard, I'm never gonna think like them. I am never going to think like them, no matter what I do. The best I can do is hide. And luckily for me, I was cute, and that helped with hiding, because I never learned to think or act like them, but I was cute enough to get by. And the other thing I did, which is, I became a bully. I became the scariest, animal in the jungle. Nobody's gonna throw rocks at me, right? It's like when that movie, if you're gonna go shooting at the devil, man, you better not miss, right? I wanted everybody to think I'm the fucking devil, you don't come shooting for me. And so it's neither here nor there, but I tell you, hurt people, and that was my defense, right? And so I go along and just assimilate, and what happens, to make someone, right? What compels someone to, right? Humans, this is it, right? Human beings, we're pack animals. We survive better in a tribe. We started in tribes and clans, and now we have neighborhoods and communities and whatever, cities, nations, right? All this, but we do better together. And I had a spiritual teacher, when I was young, tell me that, the lone wolf starves, and that's true. And just like when they threw rocks at me, something in my lizard brain, connected directly to survival, not just they're going to stone me to death, but I got to fit in, right? This is, I immediately started like, right? And we all do that. So what I'm saying is, what on earth would possess someone to, right, knowing, we all know LGBT, the T is the issue, right? Nobody wants T around. But we're, so what would compel somebody to do that, to go, hey, everybody, look at me, it's like just pretty much putting a target on you, and so for me, it was when my mom passed away, it just kind of hit me somehow deeply that in some way she never really knew me, and that was kind of a turning point for me, and and I will tell you, to be honest, who really can sniff me out in a crowd, and where I cannot assimilate at all is in the lesbian community. And I am, right, because I'm not a lesbian. I am a straight guy in the body of a woman, right? And a few times, right, people say, hey, you're a man in drag. That's what you are, and it's like it's the problem with the T. It's like everybody feels like we're trying to fool them or something. I didn't come to fool you. This is who I am. I don't know why, but from the minute I came out, my Baptist brother, he can't even deny it. He was there. He saw. He knows, man. God created me just like this. And, if your God creates something in order to punish it forever, well, I mean, I feel sorry for you, because that's a pretty rotten God to have, but I don't have that God, and I definitely, I could look your God right in the eye, and it's funny, because I used to say philosophically, and being gay and always trying to, hey, trying to explain myself, why I get to exist among the other humans on Earth. We're all in this snow globe, I showed up here just like I am. I don't know. So anyway, I used to say, I would put my morals and my values up against anybody's, like the sort of pseudo philosophical kind of posit, if you will, and but science and technology is absolutely, they've almost accomplished that, I guess. We can do that now. I'll put my browser history up to anybody's. Dave, you want to take a crack at that? Let's compare browser histories. Anyway, I really, like I said, I'm going to give Dave Chappelle benefit of the doubt that he just got confused. Genitals, gender, people can get lost. But yeah, intersex exists. It's a thing. Look it up, and try to educate yourself, and if anything, know that me coming out and saying, hey, I'm trans, I'm male, and my, the way I relate, the way I think, I was married for 18 years. I know I don't think like a woman, and she will vouch. She'll vouch for me right now, I'm sure. That yeah, I do not think like her, and right? I don't know. But yeah, so back to me sharing who I really am is just me being authentic, me being real, me expressing actually who I am, right? Because otherwise, me hiding, pretending, you're talking to someone, and it's not really me. You're talking to this facade, this fake, this persona, my study of women, I think just made me obsessed with them. They're just these beautiful creatures, and I don't understand them, but they're just, like they squeak when they're excited, or give them a present they really like, and God, they're, they touch, they're really touchy, braid each other's hair while they watch TV, right? Guys don't do that. And anyway, I'm never, this is actually real. This is me. When you're talking to me, you're talking to a guy, and And I don't know, man. I don't think if it wasn't important for me to really to connect with human beings, I can't imagine why else would anybody, let alone me. I have no intention of being stoned to death, but that seems to be what happens when I authentically express myself. So, Dave Chappelle, if you could find it in your heart to maybe look deeper into the fuck would possess somebody to put a target on themselves in this world and say, hey, I'm trans. You know, there's got to be something more than just, I don't know. You know, I don't even know what do you think would, I don't know. I will just tell you that human instinct to survive, you do not want to be thrown out of the tribe. That is directly linked in your brain to survival. And you will self-police. You will do anything not to be thrown from the tribe. So when you see somebody expressing authentically, there's a lot of bravery behind that. It took me a long time. It took me a really long time. So to my mom, it took me longer than my mom. So that's it. That's going to be a wrap.